Hi, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I got on a Zoom call with Ryli. She is one of my favorite people at one of my favorite stores. And I think after you watch the video, you'll see why. I will apologize once right now for my audio quality on the Zoom call. It was less than stellar, but it'll be better next time. Ryli talks about, during this interview, some of the specific things that she does and the attitude that she has. By the end of the video, you'll pick up some tips and tools that you can apply directly today to your business and to enhancing your customer service experience. Because right now, we've got to have loyal fans. We've got to have raving customers. Enjoy the video. I will see you on the other side.
My name is Ryli Rappelgee, and I have been in retail or service industry for probably 10 years. It's been very interesting, and I've learned something along the way. Every job that I've had, I've been able to take something from it, and it's able to help me with the next job that I've went into.
That attitude makes my heart smile. I'm like, you're right. Every single thing that you do, it builds on something else. Well, let's start there. Have you had formal training from any of those jobs that you've had so far?
Ooh, I'm trying to decide where to begin because I also want to talk about the experience that I had with you when you spoke at one of our coffee meetings one morning and what I learned from that. So I'll go ahead and start with that.
Okay.
You had came to a coffee meeting. I was a part of the Chamber of Commerce when I worked for H&R Block. I was a part of their networking, and you had taught me that customer service goes beyond the building. And so it's not just when a customer walks into the building, it could be if you are representing your building and you are outside the whole perimeter of that building, you are an influence and you should be extending your gesture. And so I've noticed that whenever I'm washing the windows at Arome and people walk by in the morning, I'm saying good morning, ask them how they're doing. People are making comments about how they absolutely love the care that I'm putting into the shop, and they enjoy seeing people actually wash windows because it shows their care and attentiveness. So that is something that I have learned and put into my daily routine as well. Starbucks had a lot of really good virtues as well. They are about one cup, one neighborhood, one person or community at a time. And so they want you to connect with everyone. And I'm always finding icebreakers with people. So I'll ask them, how's your day going? What are your plans for this evening? I always encourage them, tell me what you're up to. Let me live vicariously through you. So they're always giving me feedback.
Most of the time we're trained on the task, for example, at Starbucks, how to make the coffee, how to do the register, how to, do that transaction. And people need to they need to know those things, of course, to make a consistent experience with the product. But only when you know those things, like the back of your hand, are you able to start to look up at the person and then start to notice things about them, which I think is that's the big difference between someone who's okay at their job and then someone who actually passionately makes a difference, kind of like you do. Did you get some training on that?
They want you to appreciate everybody's differences. And so that is they want you to go out of your comfort zone by recognizing those differences. And so I want to say that they did have a little bit of an influence, but it was mainly my own self, personality of reaching out and finding what I could connect with someone else, what my common ground was with someone else, despite our differences, because no matter what our differences, we do have something in common. And so I just try to find that connection. Something that I was just thinking about was it's also emotional based. And so if you can connect with someone on an emotional level, then not only can you connect with them on an emotional level, but I'm also thinking of how my feelings feel after I have that connection with them as well, and how I'm always going to be reminded of that feeling that I felt. For an example, I had been working at Starbucks in the window, and I called it the window of opportunity because I met so many people in that window. I made so many great connections.
You have this incredible power in two places as an employee. You have incredible influence in the I call it like the back, the financial success of the business. But then you also have this giant influence in front of you with this interaction with the customer. And you can take, it's so corny, but it's a ripple effect. You take someone's day and you go from here to here to here to here. And so I came in to the store the other day and I was kind of like, well, not very, I wasn't super excited or, uplifted. I was just sort of just having a blah day. And a couple of things that you did took my day from being blah to really just took it the other direction to making it amazing.
I do feel honored that I had that impact on your day because I love making people smile, and any way that I can catch one in is great. And so thank you. That makes me feel good. Another thing, when you said that I'd mentioned how it's always a pleasure to see you, I love seeing my returning customers. I love seeing people who want to come back and see me because I've lived thousands of miles from home to where I didn't recognize anyone. And so familiar faces have become a comfort to me. So after seeing you 3 or 4 times, it's like, wow, this is really nice. And I'm happy to see someone and I'm happy to continue a relationship with them.
Well, I can tell because when I went over to my mom's after I visited you and I was blanking out on your name and I said, oh, I had this great experience, and I started to describe it and I literally drew a blank on your name, which don't take it personally because I blanked out on my niece's name when I went to introduce her one time. I went, oh, no. This is my niece. And I just went, wah, and she smacked me so
oh my goodness.
Anyway, you've made a big impact on my mom because she got it like that. She said, oh, Ryli, I know her. And she described you. I said, well, yes, that's it. And she hasn't been here for a long time. So yeah, you've made a positive impact for sure. I love it.
Well, thank you.
Let's see. With your training with Janice, is there specific things that stand out to you as far as what she reinforces for customer experience?
Remembering my interview I had with Janice, we ebb and flowed really well, and we had a lot of the same insights. And one thing that she pointed out that we both learned at random on the internet was exchanging our negatives for positives. And so if you're running late, instead of saying, oh, sorry, I held you up, say thank you for waiting for me. And just that little transition can have such a great impact on someone's mood towards you about whatever is happening. And so if someone comes in with a item that hadn't necessarily worked for them, instead of saying, I'm sorry, this doesn't work, say, thank you for bringing this to my attention, and then carry on with whatever it is.
My mind is spinning with that one because that's a key. That is a key there. Oh, I think that we might need to do a training unit on just that very thing, right?
Another thing, so with experiences, I always want to give people the experience I would be hoping for had I been a first timer in whichever business or thing that I'm doing. And so when people come into a Rome, I will tell them, this table is all balsamic vinegars. This table is all olive oils. You can try and mix and match them as you please. I direct them on areas of the store because there's so much to consume. But if I break it down by category, then they're easier to deter where they're going to be going. I did that a lot when I was a waitress too. I had an introduction. I had a monologue that I did, and I came up with it on myself. I had done acting before, and so I've learned that monologues go a long way. And when people would come in, I'd be like, hi, welcome to Clock Tower, because that's where I worked. We have 50 beers on tap, and here they are. They go from light to dark. Our ciders are at the bottom, and our rotating tap is there. I gave them an introduction, and I set them up for pretty much success on their experience or what to look for.
That is so key. And I like that you called it a monologue. I often call it a script. That is a teaching model that sets you up to win, and it sets the customer up to win as well. Man, there's so much in here. There's so much content. Great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I've loved you ever since I saw you at that coffee meeting. Oh, I was just like, she has a zest for life.
Oh, thank you. Well, we must be kindred spirits.
Yes.
I love it. Thanks so much.
Isn't Ryli amazing? I hope you picked up some great tools, some foundational things that you can just apply today, right away, to making your business grow. Now, if you'd like some supplemental things, I have something for you. I've written an ebook you can use as a guide to help you build some foundational steps with your staff that create amazing customer experiences. They lay the groundwork and lay the path. The ebook is titled First Impressions Matter: 3 Practices That Make Customers Stoked to Return. You can find it in the notes section below. Just follow the link and off you go. Thank you so much for watching. I love to read your comments below. Give Ryli some kudos. Have a great week.